So, good evening. We're back again. It seems like just yesterday we were doing one of these. It's time's flying at the moment. But after the Boar Fest last night and our captain disappearing again, I thought we could go with a headline of "Has anyone found our captain yet?" But evening, Zach. How you doing, man? You good?
Evening, mate. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. A little bit bored of lockdown, but I guess there's lots of people in worse positions than me, so I can't complain too much. But hope you're well. Hope Kenny's well and Chig's well as well. And I know Afzal is doing a disappearing act today, and Claude's ill, isn't he? So
yeah, Claude's ill. Afzal's going to join in about 35 minutes.
And, Afzal's probably with Emily. Oh no, probably.
Evening, Chig. It seems like I haven't spoke to you forever, mate. Like, where you been?
It was only yesterday we were having our debate. Was much more entertaining than the damn game.
Oh, mate, that was jokes. That was proper jokes. People in the chat were like, oh my God. People in the chat were getting in their feelings, bro. It was mad.
They were like, oh, 100% agree with you, or 100% agree with Liz. Like, guys, but that's serious.
Yeah, it was funny. Apparently, we agree on everything, though, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And evening, Kenny. Hope you're well, mate.
I'm all good. I've got so much cricket and football to watch. Well, I've got nothing to complain about. I mean, do you know anyone who stays up to watch a cricket match?
No cricket chat, Kenny. This is
well, reason why I'm watching a lot of cricket because I like cricket. But it's because there's not much boxing going, and the football.
Mate, I'll tell you what though, I've been watching the snooker, the Masters snooker. You've been watching
no snooker chat on this channel either, mate.
On a serious level, right? There was no chance of Arsenal or Crystal Palace breaking COVID rules by hugging each other because, as you say, nothing happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It was mad. Do you know what the saddest part about it is that like you wait for that game, and I thought we got kind of lucky against Newcastle. I think we deserved to win on the balance of play in that cup game, but Andy Carroll double save from Leno, great double save, kept us in that competition. I thought, okay, well, we're not going to be that bad again, and yeah, we weren't that bad again. We were worse. It was mad. It was like Chig said, the debate we were having on the watch along was more interesting than the game. But what did you make of it, Zach? Like, I know you've seen quite a lot of boring games this season. Where did that rank for you?
Yeah, that was up there with one of the worst, to be honest, Lee. I think for me, the thing that baffles me a little bit, I mean, it baffles me in a way, but also it doesn't because it's Arteta. But you know, when we played Chelsea and everything started to turn, the reason why it turned was because of the energy of youth, yeah? And particularly on the wings. We had Martinelli and Saka against Chelsea running riot. We had energy on the wings up and down. Now, the thing that wasn't working months and months and months was Aubameyang on the left wing because he's not a left winger, right? So if Martinelli's injured, right, don't just revert back to the stale old rubbish that happened before the Chelsea game, yeah? Because that wasn't like bearing results. Just put some energy on the wing. Then you make a decision. And I think, you know what? I'm going to have to hold my hands up. Kenny Ken was right. It's Lacazette or Aubameyang. It's not both. You can only play one of them. Yeah? So Kenny was right. It's about the blueprint was, and it was clear as day, the blueprint is energy, youth on the wings, number 10, who's got, youth and energy on their side, like Emile Smith-Rowe, and we go from there. That's how we turn the season around, yeah? Then slowly but surely, and it was always my concern, was he was going to slowly bring back the old Aubameyang back on the left. I'll tell you what, next game, we'll probably see Willian back in the team, yeah? So I thought we went back to what we were doing a couple of months ago yesterday, and it showed with the performance. It was like Bellerin back at right back, Holding, Aubameyang on the left wing. And you know what, mate? You know your little Twitter handle, isn't it? Your Twitter handle is Tierney FC. Yeah.
No, I think it is on here. I think I changed it to League Gunner FC.
Okay. But look, you said Tierney FC, and I'll tell you what. You take Tierney out of that team, and that left-hand side is dead. And you know, one of the things that annoyed me a little bit about yesterday's game was people getting on Ainsley's back, yeah, Maitland-Niles. Now, look, he didn't have a good first half. He was starting to get into the game in the second half. He's not a left back, yeah. It's like playing fucking Bellerin in central midfield and then judging him. I don't.
Well, that's pretty
Ainsley,
much where he played yesterday, to be fair.
yeah, but the geezer's not even a footballer. And do you know the ironic thing is, yeah, the thing that annoyed me about the substitution yesterday, the first substitution, was Ainsley had a stinker of a first half, but in the second half he was starting to play. He found the pace of the game and the rhythm of the game. He had a couple of little runs and he had that shot, didn't he? Yeah, which was more than Bellerin did in the whole fucking game. And instead of saying, right, do you know what, I'm going to hook Bellerin because he's having a mare, he took off Ainsley and then put Saka at left back, right? And Saka's our best player, yeah? You're putting our best attacker now at left back, yeah? Didn't make sense at all. So, I mean, we deserved to lose that game yesterday, and we were very, very lucky we didn't. And do you know what? That game just reminded me of the Leicester game, the not West Ham, the Villa game when we got battered. What was the other one at home? West Ham, was it? Or Wolves?
Wolves.
No, Wolves. Yeah, Wolves. That game yesterday was exactly like those games because he reverted to type. Yeah? He reverted to type. And I don't know how many times we can sit on these podcasts and keep saying, play the kids. Yeah? If Martinelli's injured, play Reece or play one of the play Balogun. Yeah? Put Balogun on the wing. He'd probably do more.
He can play right wing as well. He's done it before.
Yeah, put Balogun. Why wasn't Balogun in the squad? And it's the same old thing. And do you know, part of me yesterday was like, we'd just lost that game. Yeah, maybe some people would have started to take a little bit more notice again because it seems to me that a lot of people have gone back in their little shell of when we were on the bad run. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's getting bad. Enough's enough. Arteta out." Yeah, reluctantly, you could see it in their eyes. They were so reluctant to say it. Then we had a couple of good results. They went back in their shell, and now they're kind of in hiding again. Like, it just feels like we're treading water until we hit a bad run of games again, and that's not anything to look forward to. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit dead at the moment. Yeah,
it's kind of worrying because I think Brighton are away to Leeds tonight. I think it is.
Yeah.
If Leeds win, they go above us.
Yeah.
So we'll be 12th, and like this is why none of us get like overhyped when we went on a 3-game league win streak. Wow, yay! 3 wins in a row.
Yeah.
We went 49 games unbeaten once upon a time. Now we're all getting excited over 3 wins in a row.
And by the way, on that point, Lee, right? We beat a pretty poor Chelsea team at home, and we almost bottled it. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, we almost bottled that game because if they'd scored that penalty, right?
Yeah, 5 minutes plus stoppage time.
They would have equalised, right? They would have equalised. I'm pretty sure of it, right? The other 2 games we won, fucking relegation fodder, right? So what have we become as a fan base where we've got a manager who's taken us to the brink of a relegation zone, and we've hit a couple of relegation fodder sides with a few 6 points, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, everything's forgiven." Like, where are the expectations of this fan base now? Like, I really don't understand it because it's a bit like a win kind of makes up for 3 losses. That's how Arsenal fans see it, and it's like the Wenger days really, where you know we could lose, we'd get absolutely trashed, and then we'd win a couple of games and everything was forgiven. Now, I'm all for forgiveness, but at some point, this is just going to be Groundhog Day, yeah, over and over again. So, yeah, for me, nothing changed, you know, with those results. Nothing changed. And I'm still seeing the same bizarre decision-making on every level. And it doesn't bode well, to be honest, for the future.
Mate, and this is the thing, like, we're currently 11th, potentially 12th if Leeds win, and people are happy with that. Like, I don't get it. And the fact that we won 3 games in a row, yeah, great, whoopie do. We're Arsenal Football Club, mate. We should be winning 3 games in a row. You know, Chelsea, like you said, weren't great, but I do think we played well in that game. I think that was the best game we've played for a bloody long time. And then we played against West Brom, and obviously, listen, they're crap, but you can only beat us in front. Yeah, but at the same time, like, we had to go on a 3-game win streak to get up to 11th. I mean, let that sink in, mate. But big up to everyone who is watching. Make sure you smash the likes up as well, and subscribe. All the lads' socials, their ats are in the description. Chig's channel's in there as well. Everyone asking where Afsal is. I don't know. He's probably booking his next flight to Dubai. But he will be joining very soon. Claude is ill. He's under the weather at the moment, so he's in bed. And hopefully, he gets a speedy recovery. Bless him, and hopefully, he's back fighting fit and ready to go very soon. But Chig, give me your thoughts, man. We were watching the game. We did the watch along, obviously, and it was like, do you know the only positive I took out of that game was the fact it couldn't go to extra time. It was crap, wasn't it? It was crap. But
it was terrible. And, you know, I love Zach and I love Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I disagree with Zach. I thought Ainsley was poor all game.
I do.
Chick, he was poor in the first half, right? And the second half,
all game, mate.
The second half,
I love him. All game.
He was poor. He was poor in the first half. I admit, he was.
I thought he was off pace. He looked unfit, and I think that's what, for me, this is what pisses me off about Arteta. And in fact, this is what pisses me off about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Leave.
Yeah, leave. Yeah.
Because he uses Ainsley Maitland-Niles like his side piece, like a
dog. Yeah.
Like literally, like just. It's not even like, he doesn't even rotate him at this point. He puts him in when he kind of remembers that he's there. So
and
an injury, all of a sudden the sideman rocks up.
Yeah, and even in the cup game against Newcastle, he couldn't even get a game at right back, could he?
Yeah,
he was on the bench.
For me, he's got to have more pride in his career. Leave at this point, and go and be successful somewhere else, because it's clear that Arteta does not rate him enough. And I think for me, I mean, this is demonstrated in the fact that, yes, I know Tierney's been amazing the last couple of games, but if he played Kolasinac more, let's be real here, because everybody understands that with Tierney, he's got a lot of injury problems. He always has had, especially muscular injuries. So you have to be very careful about the way you manage Tierney's playing time. And it's very clear, and he would rather sell Kolasinac and not play Ainsley Maitland-Niles. If that, to me, is not a damning assessment of how much he rates or does not rate Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I don't know what it is. So I feel like, for me, that was the first point. The second point is, what the fuck has happened to our captain? Like, where is he? Where is he? At least with Lacazette, I'll give Lacazette a bye for now. He's recently been on form. And actually, there was an opportunity that Hector Bellerin clean took off him. And I was so pissed off when Hector did that. What has happened to Aubameyang? Like, what is it? What's going on? I think for me, he needs to find a solution to this problem. Eddie Nketiah is not that solution. Sorry. It's not that solution. And it's a shame now, because, you know, it looks like Balogun's gone. You know, by all intents and purposes, he signed this RB Leipzig contract. Quite frankly, we deserve it. We deserve it, because we never valued him enough to play him. I don't believe in some of the bullshit rumors that have come out since then. I knew it would happen. You know, they'll try and bullshit his name because he didn't stay with Arsenal. Bollocks. It's because you didn't play him. That's why he decided to leave. Don't tell me he started asking for 100 grand. Don't tell me that he started asking for the number 10 shirt, which is what I'm hearing. Bull fucking shit. No way did that happen.
Couldn't even get on the bench.
I predicted it a couple of weeks ago. I knew they would start doing that shit, because they were starting to warm up that engine for Saka. They were starting to put that type of bullshit energy for Saka when they thought that Saka might leave. So I feel like for me, sorry, I know I'm kind of digressing from last night's performance. Last night's performance is inevitable because at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, there's never been a performance that I've seen from Arsenal in their little run where I've looked at it and I thought, oh, they look really impressive. Maybe West Brom, but West Brom are the worst team in the league. So if West Brom is our bar now, then we might as well give up.
Yeah,
mate, it's mad. And the thing is, if you look at it, like I see, obviously, social media straight after a game, win, lose or draw, is always a funny place to be, isn't it? As soon as the game finishes, it's just like, you know, the crap people come out with, regardless of the result, is just funny. But I see people happy that we got a draw at home to Palace because we struggle against Palace. Like, just like that.
We always play what is the narrative after every single game, right?
Yeah.
And I told you it would be, well, at least we got a clean sheet. At least we didn't concede a goal. It was our first clean sheet at home.
We missed T&E.
Yeah. It'll be some nonsense. People will try and use the silver lining because people want to change their image, or people have their own agenda, or people flat out hate you. Either way, people have their own reason as to why they saw last night as a positive. But the reality is 11th or 12th is not a positive. 8th is not a positive. 4th is not really a positive. But at least it's a bare minimum. And we're nowhere near that bare minimum. We're nowhere near it. So regardless of where we finish, are we going to finish near our bare minimum? No. So I don't want to hear when people say to me, oh, well, would you sack Arteta at the end of the season? Well, will he get to the bare minimum objective? Well, no, but he had a difficult start to the season. What, of his own making? You get rid of him then, don't you?
It's true.
It's not difficult.
Exactly.
Right? Anyway.
Let me come to Kenny. Kenny, you're always on Aubameyang's case.
Yes.
And rightly so. What have you made of his performance, man? Like this season, not just in that game, but in this season. What do you put it down to? Is it the wages? Is it the system? Is it he's just comfortable? What do you make of it, mate?
His manager's killing us. His manager is like devising tactics that are blunting his strengths. Simple as. There was nothing wrong where Aubameyang's going to play, because unless if you want to play Aubameyang centre forward, all right, crack on with that. But at least supply him with wingers who are going to put regular crosses in and supply him with creativity. If you don't supply him with either, then you're wasting his time. You might as well leave him on the left wing and just hope that he can make those late runs into the box. That's the two things that Aubameyang isn't doing. He isn't making those late runs into the box, and he isn't getting on the end of chances. I don't know what's wrong with him, where he's upset or not, or whether the fact that he's getting frustrated because we're not dominating possession. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't. But it is, it's one of the things like people saying, sign the thing. Well, he signed the thing. It hasn't worked out. You know what I mean? And let's face it, he doesn't look like getting a goal. I was astonished when he scored against Newcastle. You know what I mean? Because I just can't see where his next goal's coming from.
Tierney laid it on a plate. To be fair, even you could have scored that one.
Well, I think I was probably, if I started a few more games, I probably would have got back 15 goals this season already. I'm joking.
Quality.
On a serious level, unless we start playing at a high tempo, we start getting genuine creativity in the side and getting top level players, you're not going to see the best of Aubameyang for a while. That's in Arteta's intro, or whoever takes over from him.
Yeah.
Because we're relying too much on kids. Emil Smith-Rowe yesterday got bodied by Crystal Palace. They saw they saw that his strengths, and all they did was say, right, blah blah blah. Let's take him away from the last third. Let him go and chase for the ball, and anytime he tries to make a pass, we'll just block it. Easy peasy. They did the homework on us, and let's face it, they were the better side. They created the better chances, And had it not been from Xhaka making that block, it would have been 1-0. The save from Leno, Tompkins hitting the bar. And let's face it, in the second half, when they were pressing us and making interceptions, they look more likely to go on and win that. And they're passing.
I can't even remember a big chance we had. Did we even have any big chances?
Bellerin had one where he shanked it wide. Other than that, I think Laka had one where he stuffed it.
Mm.
But and that was offside anyway. Apart from that, if you look at the way Crystal Palace are passing the ball, every player knew their job. They knew where their teammate was going to be. So when they did these short passes, long passes, it went to a man. When we were trying to attack, it was like we were making up as we were going along. There was no cohesion, no relationship between the players in terms of trying to create the passing movements. Seriously, man, this team is so lopsided in every position. If I was to look at that Arsenal team, the best Arsenal teams, in the last probably five years, I look at that. I don't recognise this team. This team's just it's frustrating. It's frustrating watching Arsenal play. And when you watch Arsenal play, you say, right, he's in the wrong position. He shouldn't be playing in that position. He should be playing in a different position. And it's making it up as go along. And that's what happens when you rely on kids. It's basically saying you've got no plan, no tactics, no formation, nothing. You're just hitting on hope. We got lucky with the Chelsea game where the kids, came along.
And let's be real, sorry to cut you off mid-flow, mate. The only reason we're relying on the kids is because that fell into his lap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Before that, he weren't. Obviously, Martinelli was injured. We get that, but obviously, Aubameyang went out with an injury, so he was the natural one to go in there. Smith Rowe came in because obviously William was out, and then obviously Pablo Mari played, but it kind of fell in his lap. Saka was playing anyway, and this is why when I sat here and said on Claude's channel that Saka's regressed, I know Chig's on my case on watchalongs about Saka, right? But the performances we see in the 3 games before yesterday, it was like Saka was doing that every week last season. And that's why I'm saying he's regressed. Maybe the word regressed was probably the wrong word. Maybe he's not carried on with a fine form and kicked on. Do you know what I'm saying?
I saw a tweet the other day, a couple of days ago, and it was a picture of Unai Emery. I know he's one of your favourite managers, right? Unai Emery, Saka.
I need to spat that out.
Listen, there was 4 pictures. Unai Emery, Saka, Martinelli, and Smith Rowe, right? Unai gave them their debuts, right? All of them, all 3 of them. They were balling, especially in the Europa League. Yeah, they were doing really well. Name one youngster, Arteta, after a year in the job. Give me one youngster that Arteta's given his debut to.
None.
Oh, Balogun.
Name one.
It's not going to happen either. It's not going to happen either.
Balogun had played, hadn't he, before?
No, he hadn't. But for his sake, as long as Arteta's here, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. His preferred for formation is Willian in the team, David Luiz in the side.
Hey, that's blasphemy. That's a swear word on this podcast.
Yeah, but even if it is, but that's the situation. Willian is his go-to man. Willian is the player that he trusts. So God forbid we get a shallacking with these kids. The minute we get a shallacking and maybe another bad side after that, he's going to revert back to type.
Hang on a second.
It's going to happen.
Hang on a second. You guys, right? You're right that Arteta did give his debut to Balogun's debut, right? But what did he do? He played him for 20 minutes. The geezer scored a goal after 30 seconds, made an assist, and then scored another goal. And then we've never seen him again. Like what's the point in giving him his debut? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, what about Rapid Vienna? When we played Rapid Vienna at home, we were already qualified. We had the crowd. Who did Arteta play? He played with all the big boys. Why there was no need to play the big boys? Just because you had a crowd doesn't mean you have to give the crowd what they want. Oh, they're big names. Just play players who are going to win the football match.
And let's be honest, Kenny, right? And both you, Zach, and Chig. What was the highlights of our season last season, barring the FA Cup? Take the FA Cup out. The highlights for me were Martinelli and Saka.
Agreed, 100%.
So, the fans it's all well and good saying, I'll play some of the big boys because there's going to be a little crowd there. Well, I'm quite sure that little crowd there, oh, thank you. Look at that table service again. Big up wifey. But the crowd would have been buzzing to have seen Balogun. We was there, Kenny. I'm not sure whether you were there that night, Chig. I think he was as well. When Eddie and Nketiah came off the bench, and got us the goals against Norwich. I'm sure you were there, innit, Chig?
Yeah.
You're very quiet, man. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Am I?
He's muted himself, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I could hear him, but it was very faint. But
No, yeah. I saw the 2 goals. I saw the 2 goals.
The buzz in the stadium that night. If only we'd known a few years down the road, he was going to turn out not to be great. But yeah, but again, yeah, that was Wenger bringing him off the bench, giving him his debut, and that boy is a shadow of the player we've got now. Yeah. That guy was a guy that I know it was Norwich. They weren't the greatest team in the world, but he was picked. Do you remember when he nearly scored his hat-trick, lads? And he picked the ball up on the halfway line and was dribbling their goal. And we were thinking, if he fucking scores this is going to be one of the best hat-trick goals you'll ever see. And off the bench from a youngster.
Do you know what, Leo? To be fair, right? Let's forget the fact that none of us particularly rate him, right? He's probably suffering with confidence. Let's face it. You don't play week in, week out, right? You don't score that much. He does miss a lot of easy chances, which for a striker, that's going to start to affect you at some point. He doesn't play with confidence to me. Eddie.
Hey, let's not forget, us fans are killing him because we're basically saying, Eddie, do the frag off and get out of Balogun's way. Yeah. So we're not blameless either.
No, we're not. But do you know what? It goes back to Lee.
Very true.
It goes back to Lee's point when he talks about Saka regressing. Nketiah is another example. Like, give me one player in over a year that Arteta has improved. Literally can't think of one.
One player is improved in a year.
I can't think of one. I can't think of anything. But that's the
genuinely
thing. But the thing is that there's a myth about Arteta. Full stop. Like, for instance, the beginning of the season when we won after we won the FA Cup and won the Community Shield, people count it as a cup. They want to get crack on with it. But there was this like optimism for a lot of people who were behind Mikel, thinking we're going to do loads of stuff. Some people thought we were even going to challenge for the title, and I was thinking, well, hang on here, how are you going to do that? Because the squad's not strong enough. You're probably going to have a situation you may have to rely on kids. When really and truly, let's face it, you still need to go in the market for a creative player. You're still going to need to go to the market for some top class replacements because the team's lopsided.
Yeah, but all I kept hearing from Arsenal fans, but Arteta, look what he did with Sterling, how he transformed Raheem Sterling. No, he didn't. Do you know who transformed Raheem Sterling? No, Raheem Sterling. Yeah. That's who transformed Raheem Sterling. Not Arteta, not Pep, right? Because Arteta's a myth. That's the thing with his fan base. They'll go on about, all this intangible stuff. Arteta helped Sterling. No, he didn't. So where's that same impact on Pepe, Reece Nelson, and all these other...
Do you remember when he came in and Reece was the pet project?
Yeah, put his arm around him. You saw that image, that first game. Yeah, what happened to Reece Nelson? He's dead now.
Come on, you lot didn't fall for that, did you? You didn't fall for that put your arm around.
I haven't fallen for one trick. He's a one-trick pony.
You'll talk about Bournemouth away, isn't it? After the match when he was trying to micro-coach him afterwards. But again, Arteta's a majority of it's to blame. But when I look at players like Reece Nelson, I think bloody hell, man.
You can't judge him, Kenny. You can't judge him. He hasn't had 2 games in a row.
Yeah, but I know your situation, but I'm running out of patience. As much as I've run out of patience with Arteta, I've run out of patience with a lot of these players with their bit part performances. I want reinforcements. I'm not waiting around for Reece Nelson no more. And Pepe, well, I'm done with him. Yes, mate, that's it. It's done. It's over. It's over.
You can tell you tapped out on Pepe a long time ago.
No. After yesterday's performance, when he came on, and I was thinking, what impact you made? Was he actually there?
The only thing when he came on, I'm a big fan of Pepe, was cover Hector Bellerin's failures in the game and saved us from conceding maybe twice.
Yeah.
Other than that, he did fuck all.
I'm sorry, but I've had enough now. I've had enough. It's not happening. I know he's going to be a good player somewhere else, and I know that I'm going to be eating my words, but I'd rather eat my words. I rather
He
eat
is
my
such a-
words. Yeah.
He's such a victim of his price because, you know, I see more people shitting on Pepe than I do people shitting on Willian, which is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think it's a score draw, mate. I think we need to go in extra time with that one. I think it's.
Do you know what? Helen made a good point the other day when we were on, yeah. And I know she's watching, so hello, Helen. Big up to you, darling. But she made a good point the other day. Why are we binning Ozil because he's over the age of 30 to sign Willian, who's over the age of 30?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we?
There's loads of reasons to bin off Ozil.
Do you remember when we never used to give contracts to players over the age of 30? Like we'd only give them 1 year. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a stupid strategy
Perez and all them ones.
Yeah, we lost a lot of talent, world-class talent, just because of that strategy. Like Perez and Henry, Vieira. We sold Vieira at 29. Yeah, Vieira at 29. Imagine selling Vieira at 29.
Did we start that
15 million quid?
Was it Wenger who started that trend where other
clubs?
Yeah, it was a Wenger policy.
Yeah. Let's face it. You know the point about Ozil being we're binning Ozil for loads of reasons. I don't think the fact that he's 30 has anything to do with it. We're getting rid of Ozil. Well, only Mikel Arteta could be able to say that. Who knows? If we sat Arteta and he's had a bad day, he might tell us what really happens. But let's face it. I don't think anyone in this panel shedding any tears that Mesut Ozil's leaving the football club.
Oh, 100%. Let me come to Zach, right? Because I wanted to actually bring this point up. So well done to Sate in the chat. Hope you're well, buddy. He says Cedric's been here for a year now, and he's the third choice right back and left back. So why don't they just sell him? The fraud told us he was the best wing back in the final third at our club. So why ain't he playing him? And this boy is apparently on 75 grand a week. What's that? What do you make of this Cedric one, mate? What do you make,
mate?
Zach?
Do you know what? It's just one of a long list of bizarre decisions from Arteta, right? Because I remember we had a conversation in the group chat when we signed Cedric. I think it was with you, mate. When we signed Cedric, our assumption when we signed Cedric was Ainsley was no longer classified as a fullback, right? So Ainsley was only going to be fighting for a midfield berth. Because we thought, right, we've got Hector Bellerin, Cedric's the backup, or let them fight it out for the first fighting spot for the first choice right back. And then Ainsley is now classified as in his proper position as a midfielder. That was our assumption, right? We then go and sign Cedric, and Ainsley's still a fullback. So you've then got three right backs. Like, what was the point? You may as well just not have signed Cedric and told Ainsley, mate, fight it out with Bellerin, because you're just wasting millions of pounds. And same with Willian, right? You're wasting millions of pounds. The same with fucking Runnison. You didn't have to do that. And you know what it is, mate? It's the way I look at it now, the way I look at Arteta's decisions, I look at the opposite of what he said. Say he comes out and says, "Oh, I don't rate Saliba." Saliba must be a baller, yeah? Because I look at the opposite of what Arteta said. But when Arteta said, "Oh, Cedric's the best in the final third," he's shit in the final third, yeah? He had one good game for us. I think it was in the Europa League. And that's it. So you got to understand this, lads, yeah? Any words that come out of Arteta's mouth, it's nonsense. Just don't listen to it. And you guys know anyway. You don't need me to tell you.
So I'm not trying to laugh, right? But there's one person on Twitter who said that they can listen to Arteta all day.
Yeah, I know. We won't name any names.
But no, it's a weird deal, right? And listen, this is the thing with it, yeah. I see you in the group chat the other day, Sax, having a go at me for saying about Willian could potentially be a good deal, right? The reason I say that is not because of what I've seen on the pitch, because he's been crap, yeah. And I got that massively wrong because number one, I didn't expect him to be a starting player. I expected him to be an off the bench player after Pepe, after Reece, for example.
You know, check the midfielders, man. It's all right.
No, but Lee, the reason why I pulled you up...
Let me just say this real quick. The only reason I'll say it could potentially be a good deal, and the same with the Cedric one, is if we actually sell them. Because we've got them for nothing. We've paid him. Yes, we've paid him, but we've only paid him for 6 months so far with William and a year with this guy. If we sell Cedric and get 10 million quid for him, that's now a good bit of business.
The reason why I completely disagree with you, because Helen made a really good point on your podcast the other day, your conversation with her. She sat there and said, "Do you know what? We are Arsenal fans, yeah? We shouldn't be talking about contracts and off the field stuff. 99% of the time, we should be talking about what's on the pitch, yeah? Say we sold William for £5 million. How does that affect any of us? We've watched him stink out the plays for a whole season, yeah? Or half a season so far. If we sell him in the summer, a whole season. That's what impacts us as fans, not whether we get £5 million in the bank. That shouldn't affect us as football fans. We shouldn't even be having that debate. That's nothing to do with that."
But Zach, the reason why we have that debate is because, you know, obviously, ultimately, you want fans to be fans, being a fan. But
we're football fans, Kenny.
Yeah, but the genie's out the bottle, isn't it? Because there's
not for me.
Yeah, but not for you. But there has to be room for other fans who worry about finances. There's accountants. Another thing as well. There's a lot of you can't say to fans, "Oh yeah, why are you worried about their wages?" But you have the same fans saying, "Cronky, spend your money. Why are you not getting in your pocket and spending money to improve the squad?" So fans want to be accountants when they think that the chairman or owner's not spending big money on player recruitment. But they don't want to be. But they're not allowed to be accountants when they're talking about salaries.
Kenny, I get that point. But back to Lee's point about Willian, if we manage to rob someone and get £5 million for him, yeah, like, is that going to make any difference to us? Like, that we still
I get what you're saying. I get both points, right? I get what you're saying. You're basically saying, who gives a shit how much he's cost us? How much?
I will never get over the fact that Willian,
because he's been shit,
mate. I will never get over the fact that Willian has played for Arsenal Football Club ever. It's scarred me for life.
Zach, you've seen worse players than Willian.
No, I haven't, Kenny.
Yes, you have.
I asked you, Kenny. I asked you last week. I asked you last week on this podcast.
Christopher Ray, you've seen Christopher Ray play.
Christopher Ray scored a goal in the semi-final.
To be fair, Christopher Ray won title with us, brother.
You've seen Lewis Morty play.
We wouldn't have won the
Morty play.
Lewis Morty was level.
What about Cabadiara? You see Cabadiara? Come on, mate. Come on, Zach.
Mate, better than Willian in an Arsenal shirt.
Cabadiara. Come on, Zach.
Mate, have you seen Willian play in an Arsenal shirt?
I've had to enjoy it for more.
Well, that's what
I'm
saying.
Evening, Afsal. Where you been, mate?
Sorry, I had some work to finish off.
You were booking a flight to Dubai.
Rubbish. No one believes you.
I was working this morning, so I was doing it all in the.
Well, why do you work 9 to 5 like normal people?
I just do my own hours, Kenny. I work when I want, you know.
You got a podcast. You got duties to this podcast.
I was doing my own.
He's getting banned again.
You know, I was busy this morning doing a few errands and stuff, so I just worked a bit in the afternoon, so I'm done now.
You all good though, mate? All jokes aside.
Yeah,
I love Afsal. I love you, really, Afsal.
All good. Hope you're all well and keeping safe. Most important.
Let's get your thoughts quickly, Afsal, on last night's game. Aubameyang, Pepe.
Well, the game draw was probably a fair result. In fact, I think they were slightly better. They had the better chances. They hit the post. Leno did a great save. So they had the 2 more clear-cut chances. It was like, it wasn't pretty yesterday. But for me, standout players were, I thought Xhaka was good. I thought Smith Rowe was good, and I thought Leno was good. And Smith Rowe was. See, he wasn't as good as he was in the previous 4 games, but he was making runs. But the thing is that no one was finding him. I noticed the guy was trying to make runs. That's what we want to see, but no one was finding him. For example, Aubameyang, right? Like I didn't even know if he was playing in the second half. That was. I'm being serious. Like I don't think he touched the ball in the second half. Like first half, okay, he made those 1 or 2 runs, and I'm like, okay, you know what, this guy might score today. But second half, he was non-existent. Like he was completely non-existent. Lacazette wasn't really getting the service. Saka had a very off game yesterday. It was one of his off games yesterday. Like I said, Smith Rowe was making runs, but just wasn't working out. Ceballos and Xhaka, I think, did a decent job in the middle. And then Maitland-Niles, well, he had a shocker yesterday. And then, yeah, I thought no one really stood out, to be honest. Literally, no one stood out. It was.
What do you put Aubameyang's shocking performances down to this season?
You know what? Like, I don't know where, because we tried to play him on the left, it hasn't worked out. We've tried to play him up front, it hasn't worked out. I don't know where his best position is anymore. Like, I reckon he got his contract and he's on however money he's on, and he's probably just lost a bit of motivation, to be honest. Like, if you look at last year when Arteta obviously first came in, the guy was trying, he was banging goals left, right, centre. But this season, he's just been struggling. For me, Lacazette's been better than him. Lacazette's been much better than him. And he's been struggling. And also our subs didn't do anything when they came on. Pepe and Nketiah, they were also anonymous. Yesterday wasn't good enough. We did 4 wins in a row before that. We had some good performances there, but yesterday it was just a bit dry. And I mean, hopefully on Monday Martinelli will be back. I'd like to see Martinelli on the right, Lacazette up front, and Saka on the left. Hopefully Tierney will be back, and hopefully Partey will start. So hopefully, there'll be a bit more flair in the side. Pepe and Willian, honestly, I'm completely done with them. It's like chances after chances.
You've tapped out on Pepe like Kenny as well, then, yeah?
I was out with it. I was out with long time ago. I called it long time ago, but it's just the same old now. Like, Willian, it was like, for me, Willian in Chelsea was decent, right? People might say he was bad, but he was a decent player at Chelsea. Ever since that first game at Fulham, he's just, like I said, we're giving him chances after chances. He hasn't performed. Pepe's had his chances lately. He's had his chances. He started at Southampton, Leeds, Everton, Newcastle, and he hasn't taken them. And yesterday, coming off the bench, you'd think maybe, he might hopefully provide a spark, but there was nothing. There was nothing at all. It's just, those two, I don't know. Just there's no hope for me when them two are on the pitch, especially together. Lee's gone. Is he there?
I think he's coming back.
I was just saying briefly.
Sorry, let's go and get the charger. I was dying.
I was just saying, Lee, that whenever Pepe and Willian on the pitch together, for me, there's no hope. It's like playing against 9 men, with 9 men. I'm being honest, it is like that.
So, who's worse for you, Willian or Pepe?
So, Willian has been worse in an Arsenal shirt, but Willian was decent at Chelsea, no matter what anyone says. I know, trust me, he was all right at Chelsea. We can't say he was a bad player at Chelsea.
Willian, forget Chelsea, I'm talking about Arsenal.
Okay, at Arsenal, I think there are if I had to say our 2 worst players this season, 3 worst players, Willian 1, Aubameyang 2, and Pepe 3.
Oh, God.
Wow. Have you ever seen Bellerin play?
Bellerin, but Bellerin is, you know what, it's different, all right? Bellerin, we don't have hope for. So, like, there's no... I don't mean it in a rude way. I don't mean it in a bad way. I've misconfused my words.
Wow.
I don't expect...
You put Pepe in the top 3 worst players for us this season.
I don't
not see our team.
What's it?
I don't
expect like performances from Bellerin, so it's like okay. But honestly, for me, I'd say most disappointing 3 players of our season: Willian, Aubameyang, and Pepe. Definitely most disappointing because I expected stuff from them. Beginning of the season, I even said I came on that WhatsApp group and I said we should play Willian on one side, Pepe on the other side, Aubameyang center, and maybe Saka behind. That was my front 4. But 3 of those 4 have been awful this season, and they've been our most disappointing players.
You know what, Lee? Ask everybody that question. They're 3 most disappointing.
Yeah, it has to be
3 most disappointing players
this season, Zach.
I could name the whole fucking team, to be honest. I'd say Bellerin obviously it's not disappointing is the wrong word.
Yeah, that
I'm
means
saying
yeah.
if you're going to be a bit nuanced and say expectations versus what they've actually delivered.
Yeah, expectation, disappointing wise, yeah.
So I would say obviously Aubameyang, even though my expectations of Aubameyang were not high, because by the way, I don't think he's playing that much differently to when he was scoring goals. The only thing he's doing differently now is he's not scoring. His performances are
And let's be
exactly
honest.
the same.
Sorry to cut you off. Let's be honest here. You did say that you'd sell him before he signed his deal.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and not many people said they'd sell him.
So it's not like you're just flipping and flopping over that.
No, of course I'm not flipping and flopping. But Aubameyang, I would say, because there's a big discrepancy there, because I still expected him to score goals, yeah. And then obviously, it's a tricky question. Probably Ceballos. I know you guys don't rate him, but I thought I had higher expectations of Ceballos. And then and this is going to surprise you guys actually, Tierney, because hear me out before you all.
How dare you slander my
before
boy?
you all jump in, right? Take the last 5 games away from him, because he's been brilliant the last 5 games in my opinion. Yeah.
Before you say anything more, young man, let's not forget that this fella's played at centre back for most of his games this season.
I get that. I get all that. But let me finish this point, right?
Yeah,
Apart from the last 5 games, where he's been absolutely outstanding, the first half a dozen or the first dozen games he played this season, he was pretty average. Now, and the thing is, you guys think I'm controversial. I'm just saying what I see. He didn't pull up any trees for me in the first dozen games that he played. Last 5 games, he's brilliant, and that's what I'm being real with you guys. So I'm hoping Tierney's going to be like he has been for the last 5 games.
To be fair, he is consistent. Zach has always said that he's never been that impressed by Tierney, particularly because Tierney was playing as a centre back.
No, but I am impressed with him. I'm very impressed with him in the last 5 games. Very impressed.
So Zach, Pepe has been more impressive for you than Tierney this season. Seriously.
Oh no.
Come on, Zach.
No.
Afzal's hitting him with them backhands.
Afzal, you asked the question. It's a differential between expectations and performance. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't expect much from Pepe then this season.
Yeah, but he's hardly played in the league, mate. We're not having this debate again. My 3 are Aubameyang, Tierney. Actually, no, I'm not even going to include Tierney because his last 5 games.
Yeah, peer pressure, yeah.
No, I admit. I would say my final answer is Aubameyang, Ceballos, and
he's going to say
fucking hell, it's a hard question, isn't it?
Don't say
that's why I posed it.
Reece Nelson.
Oh, wow.
Can I just say as well, Pepe's appeared in 12 games this season in the league. Tierney 16.
Yeah, but how many minutes though? That's the thing.
1,431 for Tierney.
Yeah.
And Pepe
480.
It is actually 400 as well.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
You got 490, isn't it? 490, Pepe.
478. That's mad. So, based on Pepe's 478 minutes of football, 2 goals is not bad. One of them being a winner, by the way.
Yeah, he got us 3 points, mate. And
yeah.
Okay, one was a pen and one was a winner. One was a
pens not count.
Okay,
pens
no,
don't count.
Pens are part of the game, isn't it?
2 goals in over 5 in like 5.5 games. I mean, it's just like
Pepe is even discussed as the same level as Willian.
What, go for it. Tell him it's your time to shine, baby.
Pisses me off. You know, I was watching something the other day. They were talking about how Willian, you know that Willian is top assister at Arsenal, right? I'm like, what? So you mean the assist that he did in the first fucking game against Fulham, who were the worst team at the time, in the opening day? Oh, so what? Does that now mean that he's better than Pepe? Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I do think Pepe has underperformed as well, but I also think he's not been given a chance.
Pepe started 3 games in the league. 3 games.
This idea that he's so much of a fucking flop. So much of a flop that he's
actually sorry.
It pisses me. I hate it. I hate discussing it. I hate it. It pisses me off.
Tell him, man. Tell him, chick. Go on.
It pisses me off. Just like give the guy a break. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. Like I say, for me, I give him between now and the end of the season. Let's see what happens. Either he goes because the manager don't rate him, or he goes because we just need to sell him and recoup as much money of that money as possible. But this, like, whenever people say, "Oh, Pepe and Willian," brother, they're only even the same stratosphere. We've
Pepe
seen Willian
started
play.
4 league games.
We've seen
And
Willian
scored
play.
2 goals.
Oh my gosh! Stop it! Stop it! Oh man! Stop it!
Fuming.
By the way, my 3 disappointments: Willian number 1.
Yeah.
Willian number 2. Willian number 3.
No. Chick,
Same person.
I had no expectations of Willian. I knew how shit
Tell him,
was
tell him.
included.
Oh, I thought, brother, listen, don't get me wrong. I won't lead with it. I thought he'd be decent, though.
Chick, I told you, though.
I leave my name out of this conversation, yeah?
No, brother, you were singing well, William's
singing Willian's song, mate.
You were singing his prayers, right? So I thought, okay, maybe he might be able to give us something. And you see all these pros, by the way, that have all of a sudden gone quiet, like your Paul Mersons saying, "Oh, Willian is going to be the most important signing of the summer." Right, fuck me, okay. Let's see what the hell happens. Every time I see this guy on the pitch, he makes me itch. It makes me itch. Oh, it pisses me off. Let me get started. Double Agent Willian.
Double agent, you know.
Hey, I tell you.
Breathe, man, breathe.
Go on,
Go on.
Lee. Give
Go
us
on,
a Willian song, Lee. I know you love him.
The Willian song. Hey, can I just clear this up as well, right? Before you get a ban, right?
It's like that, is it? It's like that.
Any slander is not acceptable.
No. I caveated it. I put a caveat on that, didn't I?
Right. Can I just say, with Willian, I actually said, and I said it on record as well, on here and in the chat, that Willian would be a good signing for us. I thought he'd be a decent signing because I didn't expect him to play every week. Based on what I'd seen at Chelsea, I had no reason to believe he weren't going to be a decent player for us.
He's a myth, mate. He was on all the set pieces.
Every time I'd seen him play, which wasn't every game, but every time I've seen him play,
for about a year.
he looked good.
Right? Don't let Lee convince you. For about a year, this brother would talk about Willian.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans were telling me shit. Oh, really? Because every time I see him play, Chelsea fans are telling you shit. And you
shit, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Arsenal fans tell me Bruno Fernandes is shit, bruv, and he's fucking balling. So, fans are
Chelsea fans telling you about that, about their own player. Take their word for it.
What are you saying? Let's come to Kenny before I'm just going to have to quit my own podcast if you lot keep bullying me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
What are you saying, Kenny? What's your top 3? Come on, man. Don't say TS, please.
Tobias, waste of time, waste of effing time. The fact that we're still talking about a creative midfielder who's going to supply the strikers and support our strikers is an indictment of the rubbish that he's served up so far. He spends more time trying to do his defensive duties than actually do what we actually need, which is to actually, provide a bit of panache. Maybe a forward pass would do once in a while. Maybe a through ball. I ain't asking for much, but what I've been served with is first-class rubbish, really. And maybe your goal in 2 wasn't too much to ask for, so not happy with that. Aubameyang, complete and utter waste of time. Waste of time as a captain. Whenever we win, you never see him smiling. And dare I say, that egg timer is bit him on his fat ass. Trying to make out that, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm doing you guys a favour. I'm your saviour. I'm not going to be a legend in your club. I think he wasted a good opportunity to keep his mouth shut and carry on with football. and then when we need to open his big mouth, when we lose matches, he goes hiding. He actually takes my advice and keeps his mouth shut. So he's a complete and utter waste of time. The other one who I'm not having as well is Rob Holding. I'm sorry, I'm not having this celebration of an average player. A guy who's if we play teams that put the ball in the air, he's fantastic. Terrible on the floor, got no pace whatsoever. He's a liability as a right-handed centre half. All right, your set piece here and there. The only thing that we can celebrate about Rob Holding, if anything, is that he played in 2 FA Cup finals and got 2 FA Cup winners' medals against Chelsea and had 2 moderately good games. Apart from that, waste of time. The mind boggles that man has got an extended contract with a football club, especially when we're in rumours that Newcastle want him on loan. Oh, my God. I swear to God, he's Bolton quality, mate. He's not Arsenal quality, he's Bolton Wanderers quality. And looks it every time. Well done, Bolton Wanderers, for selling us a dud. The only good thing is he didn't cost that much.
He didn't cost us £55 million, Kenny, so he can't be good.
Well, he's crap. It's good. It's damn right he didn't cost £55 million after his performances this season. Damn right he doesn't.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with my 3, right? And I'm just gonna do it based on what I've witnessed this season, not on whether I had any expectations from him or anything like that. Because
that's
I don't
a different question, though, isn't it? That's a different question altogether.
Come on, you can't move the goalpost. Just say as it is, mate.
Season, what, an expectation? Yeah.
Yeah, expectations versus reality.
Just say what you see.
Okay. So Aubameyang 100% is the biggest flop we've had this season. Number 2. I really wanted to put Holding and Bellerin in there, right? But if we're doing it based on expectation, I expected fuck all because they're shit. So on that basis, I'd have to agree with Danny Ceballos being in there.
Yeah.
Because I think he's been absolutely dog shit. And our fans, and listen, when we signed him, go back to the video of when we re-signed him. I said, I remember the day we signed him, all the hipsters were telling me that he was great because he played for Madrid. And I said, he won't cut it in this league. He ain't physical enough. He ain't good enough. Right? When we re-signed him, go back and watch the video. I said, I'm actually happy he's coming back because if he puts in performances like he did from lockdown when we come back to end the season, then great, because that's what we want to see. Yeah. But he ain't done that. So he has to be number 2. Number 3.
Tierney. I was joking.
No, I'd have to say Willian. Because I expected a fuckload more.
That's true. You expected a whole lot of Willian.
In fact, I'd switch them 2 the other way round. I'd go Aubameyang, Willian, Ceballos. That'd be
Willian's
my 3.
number 1 for you. Don't try it. Willian's number 1 for you. Don't try it.
No, Aubameyang, because I expect Aubameyang to be banging goals. He don't even look like he wants to be banging his misses at the minute, bro.
Number 1 for you because you'd have sold Aubameyang.
I wanted to sell him as well.
You know what? That's funny, actually. Out of us 5 on this pod at the moment, how many of us wanted him sold? Me, Kenny.
I wouldn't have minded.
I wanted him to stay. I'll be honest. I wanted him to stay.
Mine was greed. It was nothing personal. It's just that when I'm hearing, fans and the club saying, "Oh yeah, we need to sell to buy and blah blah," and reinforce the club football anyway. There's a guy here that I'm sure Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Barcelona coveting, that's a good 60 or 70 million. Let's get rid of him. He's done his purpose. Let's move him on. I just want the money. Nothing's changed as well.
It's very greedy. It's very greedy of you, Kenny.
Nothing personal. Not personal. It's all about team development. That's all I care about.
Listen, Lee was just saying about Ceballos. Emery's, I think it was his 11th game, November 2019, when we played Wolves last year, when we drew 1-1. I did an AFTV interview after that game, and I said, this was, mind you, 11th game of last season. I said Ceballos and Pepe are not good enough and won't make it at Arsenal. I said it in that interview. I remember everyone was shocked. People behind me were like, "Oh, what are you saying? I can't believe you said that. There are 2 best players." I was like, "Watch, you'll see." And now watch. Look.
Absolutely. Pepe started 4 league games this season.
But look how
scored 2 goals.
And he got sent off in one of them.
He got sent off.
He played 4. Okay, exactly. He started 4 league games, 3 Carling Cup games, and 1 FA Cup game. He's got 2 goals.
So what about Europa League? Are you conveniently leaving out Europa League?
Yeah, because look at the teams we're playing. We're playing
come on,
division teams.
Not having it, mate.
You
can't cherry pick.
Do well in the Europa League. Pepe will also do well in the Europa League, but in the league, when the going gets tough, he will not. Like, look against Newcastle, right? For me, you know what? Okay, let me give you a good example. This will surprise you all. I thought he was all right last week against Newcastle, right? I don't think he was that bad. I thought he was all right. He didn't score a goal. He didn't do any assists. Whereas that Europa League goal, when he was really bad, he got a goal and an assist. That isn't the be-all and end-all.
It is as an attacker, mate.
No, because
you're an attacker. If you're an attacker and you play shit, but you score and you assist one, you've done your job. Yeah?
I
Simple as
think
that.
Pepe played better against Newcastle than he did in that Europa League where he
Yeah, he probably did. He probably did, but what's the point that you're making?
I think the
Don't get
problem
it.
with Pepe is the fact that because he cost 72 million quid, our fans as a whole expect him to be fucking messy every time he plays.
And Lee, that's exactly the point, mate. Because Rob Holding cost £2 million, right? Pepe's cost 72 million, right? I don't care about their price tag. They're still starting for Arsenal Football Club. I judge you evenly. Everyone the same. If you're starting for this football club, I don't care about your price tag. Just perform. Yeah. So holding 2 million is irrelevant. You can't say, oh, we don't mind Holding being shit because he only cost £2 million, but Pepe has to play well every game because he costs 72 million. Football doesn't work like that.
But you know why I care about the price tag? Because that 72 million pound could have gone on a somewhere else.
No, because it was over 4 or 5 years with those fucking installments, mate. It was like £15 million a year. That's how it's been done.
No, but I'm saying it could have been spent elsewhere. That's why price tag is you could for example, Ozil's 350k a week contract that could have gone elsewhere. But
I'm happy with Pepe. I just want him to get a chance.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. He's never played more than 5 games in a row, which is a fucking disgrace. The amount of money we spent.
How many league games has he played in a row?
We would have all said that both of those deals were overpriced. At the time, I said Pepe 72 million was overpriced.
Pepe's played 66 games for Arsenal, and then the 67th was last night.
Well, getting Messi, you will always think he's overpriced.
But this is the thing, like he's appeared in 67 games. How many of them games have actually been full games? Yeah, and then he scored 13 goals, 13 assists, right? Which I don't really care about assists. 13 goals in 66 appearances is poor. But at the same time, how many minutes has he played and how many full games does that equate to? I ain't got them stats available to me right now. But I'd imagine it's probably about 35 full games, 40 at max. And he's got 13 goals in 40 games when he's never played 5 in a row.
Yeah.
That ain't too bad to me. It ain't great, don't get it twisted, but it ain't fucking really bad, is it?
Has he played consecutive league games this season?
Yeah, he has against Southampton and Everton.
Once he's played consecutive league games this season. Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing, though. We're going to get to a point where he's going to have the that he ain't playing, so want to leave.
Yep.
Maitland-Niles is going to want to leave.
Yep.
Cedric Suarez is probably thinking, what the fuck did I come here for?
Yep.
Yeah. Why did we even sign him if we're not going to use him? You know?
Do you know the ironic thing, Lee? Our best right-hand side under Arteta has been Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back and Pepe at right wing. We demolished United with that right wing, yeah? Both those players were brilliant that day. That's been our best right wing. We've never seen it again. Brilliant.
You've got to play Martinelli there, though. Martinelli, I think, will start playing there. Well, yeah. You know what he'll do? He'll play Saka and Aubameyang every game, and then some games Lacazette will play, and some games Martinelli will play. So when Lacazette plays, Aubameyang on the left, Saka on the right. When Martinelli plays, Martinelli on the right, Saka on the left, Aubameyang up top. That's what.
Who cares anyway? With this manager in charge, we're dead.
For me, this would be my front 6 on Monday. Xhaka, Partey, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Laka, Saka, and I'd play Xhaka because he's played decent the last 2 games, and if you played well the last 2 games, for me, you can't drop him. Do you think he's played well the last 2 games? I think he has.
Xhaka was our best player yesterday.
Yeah, he was our best player yesterday, and when he came on the pitch at Newcastle, he was our best player as well.
Yeah, but the Afsal, just to address that point, right? He didn't play badly yesterday. He did some good things, and he done some bad things. But I'm not in this business of judging Xhaka on 2 games when I've watched him for 4 years. 4 years stink out the whole fucking stadium, yeah.
Of course.
And so I don't give him the benefit of the doubt anymore. Oh, he played a good game, so he must play. He's been shit for 4 years.
That's why he still is that, because most of our fans do. Because when he told
that's what I'm saying, mate, and that's why I'm pulling out.
He had 8 good games.
That's it, exactly.
I'm just saying I would start him against Newcastle.
What, because he had a good game, and 4 years for the whole 4 years he's been shit. Is that what you're saying?
No, but then I'd rather at the moment him over El Neni and Ceballos. Well, Ceballos was actually good yesterday as well. To be fair, he was alright.
If Bellerin played shit for 10 games in a row, and in his 11th game he was brilliant, you're playing for the 12th. No, you'd say you've been shit. You're a crap footballer. I'm never playing you again, regardless. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Fans are reactionary, not just of our club, but of every club. Like, as soon as a player has one good game, and like somebody put a great comment in my chat last night. Yeah, Chig would have seen this. Yeah, on the watch along. The guy, I can't remember who it was, but he put a chat in last night, and he said Arsenal fans are more interested in Liverpool beating Man United at the weekend, than they are Arsenal drawing to Crystal Palace.
Absolutely.
And that sums up Arsenal fans. People get jumped when I talk about Arsenal fans. The fact is, this club has not got an owner that's going to stick it on the board, so it needs the fans to stick it on the board. And when the fans are sitting there going, "Oh, we're only 2 points behind Chelsea, we're only 6 behind washed-up Jose," yeah, Jose's not washed up, and he would have done wonders at this.
And you've got big social media accounts. Yeah, I'm not going to name any names. I don't want to give them any.
You don't have to name names.
Yeah, but they're more interested in fighting this agenda that they've got against people who want Arteta out. Like, just say what you see. If you're watching that game yesterday and you don't think if you don't think Arteta did well yesterday, just say it. Fuck all this agenda. Just say what you see. I mean, seriously. How weak do you have to be?
It's like, that's the problem. And the thing is, there's so many accounts online, not just on Twitter, but on Facebook, on Insta, that do just peddle all this fake, toxic, positive shit. Yeah. And the club, 100%. We already know this. Big up Turkish, has already said the club banned him from vlogging, bruv. Yeah. Yeah. And I said to him when he told me that on the show that time, I said, if you hadn't mentioned anything bad about Wenger, if you hadn't mentioned anything bad about the owner, if you hadn't mentioned anything on AFTV to a wider audience, then you wouldn't have been banned. Yeah. And he said that he had 4K or 5K subs at the time. So, they do watch it. They do watch social media. I can't even comment on Arsenal's YouTube channel because they banned me from comments.
Really?
Yeah, they banned me from.
Yeah, but Lee, I've been saying this for a long time. I've been saying it. Arsenal Football Club know who everyone is on this panel. They know me. They know you, Zach. They know you, Afsal. They know you, Chig. For anyone who says that that's not the case, they're in complete denial. They're not fools. They like to fight. How are they going to gauge fan opinion and views if they're not going to, watch AFTV, watch Lee Gunner's channel, watch the Gurner Talk, watch Gurner Ramble, watch Claude and the Banksters.
Kenny, every single club at the top tier, Terry Flewers, for example, Man United have taken down 2 of his videos on YouTube. Man United Football Club have done that. Yeah. They've got his videos taken off of YouTube because they didn't like what he said about Ed Woodward. Yeah, I think he got them both put back up. He appealed it and he got them put back on. Man United watch every single Man United channel out there. They watch every single account out there.
And so they should. The days, it's like if you want to spin it around, why when you watch Transfer Daily do you see certain people on AFTV like talking about transfers or talking about Arsenal matters? The reason why is that the days of someone phoning up and saying, if you want to get on Sky Sports or BT Sport, phone in and give your description and give your number. Doesn't work no more. They pick you out because they see what you say on Twitter, not so much Twitter, but on YouTube. And I said, right, we're going to go in. It's not a case of...
Why is it now? You're spot on, right? Because I've seen this week 3 or 4 different people that run a YouTube channel each, appear on Sky Sports representing their team this week in terms of transfer news and manager news. Yeah. That has come off of the back of them running a YouTube channel. I don't give a shit if Sky Sports ever call me or contact me. I don't want to go on Sky Sports. I ain't interested. Sky Sports would have to pay me to do it. Yeah, because I'm way too busy to do it.
Yeah,
simple.
But, see, that's the thing, Lee. But the thing is, the days, I think football fans, right, and that's why I say a lot of old school fans missed out on AFTV. I've told them to their faces, when AFTV came out, you should have been all over that and controlling that shit instead of letting these youngsters go and take it over and then come out with views which are not really Arsenal views and basically people who don't know much about the football club and hardly go to the matches. Because what's happened, right, is that these old school fans think it's like the old days where I'll be in a roving van, I'll go, oh yeah, by the way, you're an Arsenal fan, Wenger in or Wenger out. Oh, yeah. Doesn't work like that no more. You're handpicked now, which means the club know who you are. They know it. So, for instance, I never give my real name to anyone, but I swear to God, it's not going to take an eyesight to find out who I am. If I was to go on like a pork chop, if I was to go on like a pork chop and go on every show talking about the club, and then they go to someone on Sky and say, "Oh yeah, what's his email address?" They're going to get the email address, match it up to my pseudonym,
You know what,
which I
like,
use now, and then they say, "Right, hang on here, that's that guy in seat, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but
we have him.
Kenny,
Email."
Fuck Arsenal Football Club. Forget them. Same fucking Nazi Germany where there's censorship and all that crap. Yeah, we say what we want, and that's it. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
see, that's the thing. You're spot on, because this is my channel, right? And as long as I'm keeping within the parameters of this platform that I'm streaming it on, they don't fuck all Arsenal Football Club.
But the thing is, right, is that you're of that opinion. You've got to realise right now, I hear a lot of what you and Chig say. You and Chig always say that, you know, radio's dead and mainstream media's dead. Yeah, you two think that, but that's not transcending, because when I watch Sky Sports or hear about Talk Sport 2, I see a lot of YouTubers and people we know dying their asses off to get on those programs. So
yeah, but the reason that is because them platforms and them things are dead. So now they're reaching out to the ones that are on YouTube, because YouTube is not a dead platform.
Yeah, but you say that. I reckon these people, that's their ambition still, they're getting them mainstream, and they're begging. I don't think it's them being asked. I think it's them putting themselves forward.
Possibly. Yeah. I'll give an example, Kenny, right? I had a guy, this is a true story. I think I've told Chig this before, yeah? I had a guy from TalkSport message me. He follows me on Twitter. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a producer for one of the shows on that channel, yeah? Nice enough fella, yeah? He wanted me to drive all the way from Milton Keynes to London to do a show at fucking late at night, yeah? And then I had to drive all the way back. I had to get there an hour and a half early, and I sit around, do a 10-minute segment on the show, and then come back. I was like, what, you want me to do that fucking midnight or whatever, 11? I was like, yes, 750 quid, mate. And he was like, "Oh, I can't do that." I said, "Well, don't contact me again then." Like,
well, how much was he offering? How much was he offering you?
Fuck all.
But yeah, that's the thing.
If I'm going to get in my car, which at the time I had I think it was a Seat Leons. It was only I got my fuel back anyway, so it's irrelevant. Why would I drive all the way to London, central London, at that time of night to go and sit around for 3 hours to do a 10-minute segment to drive all the way back an hour and a half? Why would I do that?
So I'll tell you why.
But they play on people that will do that. That's your point, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's
it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You've got to look. Let's keep this real, right? You, if say if I was that way inclined, right, and I had loads of views on YouTube, right, and I see people like Chunks and Young Philly or Philly Mouse or whatever he calls himself, I don't know what he calls, you know what I mean? And then I see him in advert, or go on like Soccer AM Social, or play in that Robbie Williams testimonial for UNICEF. I'll be expecting that sort of same thing, all right? Because they're not turning it down. They still want to be.
Well, this is a great comment as well. Sorry to play it. This is a great comment, right? YouTube has a worldwide variety of fans. Yeah, Sky Sports News in England is not beamed in America. Unless you've got some fucking dodgy setup, you're not getting Sky Sports News England. Yeah, or Sky Sports in Germany is not showing England. Yeah. So the media in this country, I'll give you another example. BT Sport, they now do their fan wall at the back. Yeah, so it's a fan wall on match day. Why do they do that?
They stopped doing that, mate.
Why were they doing that though? Because they've seen that people are sitting on this kind of platform and Facebook and stuff like that, and they're doing watch-alongs, they're doing match day stuff. Why do you think Arsenal were doing the goggle box type thing at home? Yeah, I don't know if they still do it on their channel. Why are they doing that? Yeah, why do they do that? Because they see people like me doing a watch-along. They see other people doing watch-alongs like AFTV. They see Claude doing watch-alongs. They see other channels on other teams doing watch-alongs. They thought, oh, that's a good idea.
Lee, don't use that. Don't talk to me about watch-alongs.
Hey, Kenny, real talk though. Real talk. Yeah, I've been tagged in that clip about 50 times this week, and still nobody gives a fuck, bruv.
No one cares
well, I'm not too funny, right? I've been.
To be fair, you didn't do anything wrong.
The biggest. What I did wrong was being the same room as you. That's me. But you know what's the situation is that I still have my handsome face. I've had no
Yep.
marks. No one's thrown
Yes.
a punch at me. No one's
Yes.
confronted me about it. So, or if they have, they've done it from afar, and they made sure I haven't heard. But you know, it's at the end of the day, we overrate social media. But what I do have noticed is that the clubs are going to apply pressure on people who they think are going to put their reputation at stake. I know a friend. A friend of mine is Fulham, knows a Charlton fan who went on YouTube, went on social media, and when he was going to renew his Charlton season ticket, the club said, "Oh, by the way, we want to have a meeting with you." And they said, you better turn up. So he's turned up. They said, "Right, this is your season ticket. We've got your money." And he went to take it. He said, "No, you're not going to have this because you carry on. That's it. We're going to ban you. Final warning." And then they let him have his season ticket. And that's the true story.
I would have told him to stick his ticket up his fucking
Yeah,
ass.
that's what I would have done.
But this guy did take his ticket because he thought, hang on, Charlton Football Club's more. Me watching my boys play is more important than my opinions. Because guess what? All the people he was shouting with went and kept their mouth shut when the heat was on. He was the only one who stuck his head out.
Absolute
That's
disgrace.
it.
I would have
That's
told them
true.
to stick their ticket up their fucking ass. Yeah, it's my channel. I'll do what I want as long as YouTube and I'm within the parameters and the laws and the conditions of having this channel, and I'm not breaking any law. Yeah, what the fuck's it got to do with them? What I got to say? And if they're saying that it is their property you're going into and blah blah, I get it. But at the same time, if it was a choice between that and doing what I want to do and saying what I want to say about my football club, fuck your ticket. I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. You've got to realise, right? There's Arsenal fans who just think, you know what, this is my. But at the end of the day, we just have to accept that going and watch Arsenal play every 2 weeks, or home and away, it's people's life. It's a way of life for them. The match day, everything, and the way I look at it is
I understand.
And the clubs know that. The clubs hold all the power. There's for every football fan that says, who say, right, I'm going to be a martyr for my opinion. There's going to be 20 and they say, sorry, I've done my bit. Yeah, all right, no problem. Sorry, mate, no hard feelings. Yeah, I won't happen again. Go and watch the match.
Yeah.
That's
No, man, that's true.
Got some breaking Arsenal news here, right?
Well, Arteta's been sacked.
No, unfortunately not.
Not interested then.
Zach Medley is set.
Oh, your mate. Go on.
Zach Medley is set to be recalled from loan to be cover for left back, and that's imminent apparently. So welcome back.
We've loaned out a left back to recall a player who's on loan who can play left back, but is actually a centre back.
Welcome back, Medley. I can start putting him in my team.
Can I say that? Well, you just said it. I was just going to ask, does this mean we're going to get Medley in every single lineup in our WhatsApp group every week?
Not if Tierney's fit, no. But if Tierney's not fit, then yeah.
Listen, Lee, we're going to get Medley in the lineup. We're going to get Saliba. We're going to get Willock, Miles, Reece Nelson, Pepe. Those 6 are guaranteed.
Now he's on loan, just bring him back anyway.
Who?
Hey, do you know what's funny?
What about John Jules? What happened to John Jules?
We have loaned out Kolasinac for 6 months to then go and recall a centre back who can play left back.
Yeah, Kolasinac is shit anyway.
Doesn't matter. The point is, we're now recalling.
I'd rather Medley play than Kolasinac. So
he started. Lee started. He started with his Medley stuff already.
You're telling me you'd rather Kolasinac play after seeing him play for this football club? For how many
I've never seen Medley in my life. How
it
can
doesn't matter, mate. This is the point I've been trying to make to you for years. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Give me the kid, a raw kid, over shit like Kolasinac and Bellerin and all this shit that we see week in, week out. At least then you can.
Zach Medley played 12 league games this season.
Huh?
He's played 12 league games this season.
Who's he playing for?
Let's have a look at what position.
Who's he playing for? I don't even know.
Have a look at what.
Medley.
He's played centre back and left back.
Yes.
Which team?
Gillingham.
Oh, he's
Bring him back. Bring him home, man. Bring him home. You got all of you laughed at me, apart from Chig, and I put Saka.
He's laughing. He's holding
you. Kenny, you laughed. Afzal, you laughed.
Even Chig's laughing. Look.
He's laughing right now.
Chig wouldn't have been laughing. I'll tell you what, Chig wouldn't have been laughing.
Listen, Chig is laughing right now. Just look
I
at
know. Chig's laughing at the
No, Chig's laughing.
Chig knew about Saka, man. Chig, innit? You knew about
in the group.
I know about Saka, yeah.
You knew about Saka.
To laugh.
So we're gonna go with a 6'5" left back. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, give me a 6'5" left back.
This club is finished, bro. It is finished.
Trust me, mate. You don't know about me.
We're doing all right where he's at to play him at left back.
And you don't know about
Would you put him in the starting lineup? Be honest. Would you put?
What if I've just answered that, mate? Not
We
if
already
Tim.
know he's put him in the starting 11.
No, you can play him. You can give him a choice. No, you can put him a centre back if you want. Would you play him a centre back, Zach?
Is he better than Holding? Maybe. He probably is, to be honest.
Mari, Gabriel are better than him. I'm sure. Come on, Zach.
No, my first choice.
Never change, man. Never change.
Gabriel and Mari would be my first choice centre backs right now. Saliba's not there, so I can't put him in. So, yeah.
Is that true that Trey Coyle's been recalled as well? Or are you on a wind up?
He's on a wind up, mate.
Listen, in 2 years' time, Zach's team's going to be Saliba and Medley at the back. Left back.
Gabriel, mate.
Oh, man.
This is unbelievable, bruv.
Bring back John Jules. Bring back John Jules as well.
He's better than Nketiah. What's your point?
Lee's face. I don't know.
Yeah.
On that bombshell, I think it's time we wrap this up.
Wrap this up, man.
So basically, what we're saying is, big up James in the chat. He says, we loaned out Saliba. So basically, we loaned out Saliba to get rid of Kolasinac to go and bring back a centre-back to play left-back.
You know what you should do? Lee, you know what you should do, right? People love lists. You should do a top 10 Arteta's biggest fuck-up list.
Oh,
like,
mate.
over the course of the season.
Need more than 10.
Easily, but keep it to 10.
Top 100.
Keep it to 10. Keep it to 10. I guarantee
a series each week, 10 a week for 10 weeks.
Because I tell you, it's hilarious the way.
That's a great comment. The hipsters are loving life. We'll have Aziz in our team. We'll have Medley in our team. Balogun, Reese. Fucking back. Jules back.
We would have Balogun in the team, yeah. And I ain't laughing about that.
We could have a whole team of hipsters.
You're going to see Balogun and
listen, this should be the team. Macy in goal, left back Saka, centre back Medley Saliba, right back Niles, midfield Willock, Reece Nelson, and up front Pepe, Balogun, John Jules, Martinelli. Done. So
guys, can I say one thing, guys? Can I ask one question, guys? If that was the team, can I have a reduction for my season ticket, please?
Listen, if that was the team,
Kenny, you keep watching Willian, Bellerin, Holding, Xhaka, yeah? You paid top dollar for your season ticket. Keep watching that.
Not anymore. Well, I don't know. I still got about £271 with the club because that's my deposit for whenever Kraz come back in any capacity. But yeah. So that's what. But you're talking about shows. All these shows you're talking about is in the event that we have another shutdown of the season. So all I say to players, don't hug if you score a goal. It doesn't matter if it's a tap-in or a 40-yard volley or you beat about 10 men and rounded the keeper. Please don't celebrate because we want to watch some football.
On that bombshell, I think we'll wrap it up. Zach, big up to you, my guy. I appreciate it, man. Even if you slander Tierney, you backtrack.
No, there's no Tierney slander, mate. There's no Tierney slander, yeah? He's been brilliant last 5 games. Before that, he was average.
Fair enough. Jig, thank you, mate, as always.
Yes, no worries. Even if you don't know midfielders, you at least know
midfielders. Oh yeah, I know left back, and Medley ain't one of them.
Saka wasn't a left winger either, was he?
Lee, Zach's happy with the decision. Stop having over his parade.
I'm very happy.
Big up to Kenny.
Where's your praise of Arteta then, Zach?
Appreciate it.
Praise
Well,
Arteta.
I'm glad to come on. I now know the rules of engagement. When I'm on this podcast, when I'm talking to Chig, don't mention Pepe.
William.
William. Oh yeah. I was going to tell Chig something private, but I'm not sure Chig would be able to cope if I was to tell him something private about William. You won't like what I've got to say, so I've got to tell you that in private.
No more William talk. Man.
No more shocked. Talk. No more Snoopy.
Chig, I was to tell you this in private about William, right? You'd be shocked.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we'll end it there. Big up to Afsal. I know you turned up way late, mate, but I do appreciate
sorry for that. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And I just want to praise Mikel Arteta on Zach's behalf for bringing Medley back to the club. Someone's going to do it.
Quality. I'm out of here. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in. I will be back at 9 o'clock with a Newcastle press conference reaction. So make sure you keep yourselves tuned for that. We're out of here.
Are you going to have the same Newcastle supporter as last week?
That's on Sunday. I've got her on 9 o'clock.
Tell us what a dummy.
All right, guys. Thanks.
So yeah, big up to everyone who has tuned in. Make sure you subscribe to Chig. Look, Afsal turns up late and he's the first one out. Yeah. Sam, what's that all about? He's doing a fucking Mesut Ozil. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Chig's channel. The link is in the description, along with Zach and Kenny's Twitter accounts. Claude's hopefully going to be back for next week. He is kind of ill at the moment, a bit under the weather. Wish him a speedy recovery as well. And we're out of here.